Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the once every fortnight daily high with your host, Matt McGregor and Tone Vase. Good morning, Tone. How are you, mate?
Morning, Matt. I'm good. I'm good here in Dubai, getting ready for all the events. Already been hitting up some evening events. Had an awesome barbecue yesterday. Shout out to my friend Ron for hosting those. Check out my Telegram and my Instagram for the videos of those massive Wagyu tomahawks, which Matt and
Yeah, I
I are
saw.
going to be eating in about a week.
Yeah, I saw him, mate. Were you with Crypto Kid? Is that you with Crypto Kid? Who are you with?
I was. Yeah. He was there too.
Great guy, great guy. Look, it's been a while since my fight in Denver to Tone being in Asia and in Dubai and whatnot, and me having that many children. I can't even count them on one hand anymore. It's just been a wild time, and it's been so busy that we haven't brought these shows as regularly as we would have liked to. But that's going to come back. We're going to go back to normal. But in the interim, whew, Bitcoin did a thing. Hey, we looking we look different than we did a few weeks ago. So let's
Very
let's get
different.
into that.
Let's
Let's get
go.
into it. Let's go. Let's kick it off. Tone's got to go out soon in Dubai. I'm still here in Tokyo, but let's crack on. Hey, this is a weekly time frame that we're looking at right now, and look, I don't even know. There's so many green lights here that I'm just going to go through it one by one to make it really lay out a case for you here, right? So first of all, that's the modified Lucid Star. It's currently at about 96, well, 97,000, we'll call it, give or take. That's coming down week by week. This is a really, really good sign. You want to be hitting that green wave. You want to be in a green wave if you're bullish, right? It's just this thing, who knows where it could have gone, right? It could have gone lower. When we were back down at 76, I was really thinking, look, there was two options for me, right? I was in no trade. There's two options. One, we get a fantastic once in a generational green diamond, weekly green diamond. That's what I was looking for, which you can see back here. You would have seen me talk about it a million times. Uh, or we stay above the 50 simple moving average here, and then we break above, $88,000. And it took that option, which is fantastic, which is really, really better for all, everybody involved, except for those that really, really wanted a green diamond. And I get that. I would have sold a kidney down there. But look at this, man. We've stayed and closed above the 50 simple moving average. Fantastic. I mean, that's the perfect correction in hindsight coming into the simple moving average. It looks like it's about to cross back over the 30. Yeah, it's going to take another week to do that unless we really
And don't forget that MRI buy right on that candle.
Oh man, I haven't even started to go through the positive action, the things yet. I've just gone through the in no order of importance. The MRI buy is on the weekly time frame, which is fantastic, right? We got down to an MRI. This candle, like in its the depth of this drop down here, down at 74, that was a weekly 9 or a weekly bottom, I should say, on the MRI, which Tone will talk about more. That's brilliant. The fact that it didn't close there, so what? The copy curve is doing its job, rounding beautifully, hard fork rounding, and heading its way back up to the zero line. Let's just break 100,000 in good order over the next week or two. Let's break 120,000 in a month's time or whatever it is, and have this thing bang in a nice orderly fashion back above zero for another shoot, 4-6 months of just upside. That's what I want to see from the Copic curve. The EXA has proven its worth once again. The fact that back in December, first week at the start of the second week of December, we had the bearish cross here, and I'll show you on the charts. And that was when I stopped trading, mostly when I stopped trading and barely put on a trade from that point, because in the same week the wave went red and I was just out of the market. This thing had its first bullish cross, which was down here, which I was really big on. And then a week later, it had a bearish cross again. But, I said last week, or the week before, this is the bullish cross. This is fantastic. Way down low. Fantastic. It's what you want to see. But let's have a look at that. That went bearish here in December 9 on this candle here. and then it went bullish again on this candle here. Get this, it's a free indicator. Over in your indicator section right here, type in EXA. You got to have this thing, man. This is Socrates built this. It's excellent, and he doesn't even use it on the weekly time frame, but I've been banging on about it for a long time. That looks great. I even love the RSI, man. We've gone back above the moving average, which you don't care about, but I would rather be above the moving average because it's just like all other moving averages that we keep getting stuck below it. We get above it, we get support and resistance, and we're above it right now. So that is the weekly as it stands. It's good across. It looks really, really, really nice. So let's go down the time frame a little bit to the daily and see if there's anything. So this is a modified lucid star. That's actually down to 797 400. That's coming in. The MRI top came in and it caused a little concern, but look, we just stayed above the 7 simple moving average and we're rocking and rolling thereafter. I would love to see another count go higher. I just want to see momentum come in from here. All the moving averages are rolling over and starting to point up in the right direction on the daily. It looks really strong, okay? But it has gone up really, really fast, so keep that in mind. The 4 hours being brilliant. We had the great. We came out of the wave here. We've had the great bullish cross. A lot of my bots, all the bots are now looking really, really strong on Black Box. For those of you who stuck with it, they're all back into profit. So through just a couple of good trades and bang, look at that. This trade here with one of the new bots we've got, just bang, straight in, still in the trade right now. The MRI bot had a really great trade from back here, closed it up here. We're back long now on the another MRI bot is traded as long again. They're just all firing, and it's looking really, really good. I like the 4 hour as well. Tone, I'm going to come back to you. Before I do, I really want to check out the monthly and see where we sit as we get nearer to the end of the month, because this is really exciting that if with this monthly candle, it doesn't even matter where it closes right now with 2.5 days left, it's setting up beautifully for an MRI green star on next month's candle, which would just be terrific. And if we don't have that far to go, I know it's a long way to go, really, in percentage terms in 2.5 days, but we're not that far off having this here at what's that, 96,000, close to the second highest monthly close of all time. It's currently sitting at the third highest close at all time. Hey, hindsight's a wonderful thing, and zooming out is a really nice thing. But this is setting up for a real run. I think there's real excitement, and I'm going to come back to you now, Tone. As I do that, as I come back to you guys, join the Discord group in the description below. This is the best community, free community. We've got great bots that are all firing. If you haven't seen the new website, it's bloody unbelievable. And we've now got spot trading as well. So we've got a brand new bot, which as soon as that Lucid Star flips, it's a spot trading bot. You could load your Bitcoin in there and just follow those wave changes, have it all automated for you. That's a real investment bot. It's all free. It's all there in the links in the description below. For a Black Box, Tone, are we back?
Yeah, I believe that we are back. Let me open up my charts and go from there. And wait, where are my charts? This mine? No, it's yours. That's mine. All right, here we go. We just pulled back a little bit, but that's okay. So let's go to the high level chart. Here is what I'm really eyeing. Now, the month is almost coming to an end. We only have a few more days, but we are on the edge of having the second highest closing month in Bitcoin history. That has to be bullish. No matter what the shorter term picture looks like, the second highest monthly close has to be bullish. Okay. And so I'm looking forward to having a green star candle show up next candle starting on the 1st of May. And that green star candle needs to be maintained. So that part's bullish. What about the weekly chart? The weekly chart reversed absolutely beautifully on an MRI buy opportunity. And we're now, the following candle was actually a price flip candle. And now we are once again starting a new bullish count. I would love to see us go into an MRI top. And in a perfect world, we top with the double tops at around 105, have a 1 to 5 candle pullback, followed by the massive breakout, which I've been expecting this cycle before October. I expected us to have this massive breakout. I'm actually going to delete this arrow. It's no longer necessary. We are almost broke all resistance levels here. Okay, we have one more. Matt, we have your Lucid SAR ready to be broken next week. I think it's going to get broken next week, no matter how you slice it, unless we crash later this week. We're going to break the modified Lucid SAR, and the wave's going to turn green, and everything's going to be great. I will say that we are once again about to be very overextended versus the long-term moving average here. And it's nice to hit that moving average every now and then. We were trading below it for a while, which is very, very rare. This is the weekly chart. We had never traded below the 200-week moving average until this current bear market. The one that, not this one, sorry, the last bear market, the most recent bear market. And yeah, this moving average is actually going up very, very slow. This is the 200-week moving average. But the bounce of the 50-week is absolutely perfect. So the weekly chart is bullish. It's been bullish since the MRI candle, and it's about to be extra bullish with a green star candle, which can come later this week or next week. It just needs to break the prior candle's high. The daily chart is where my focus is. With yesterday's MRI top, I anticipated a 1 to 4 candle correction. We got our 1 to 4 candle correction. Personally, I would have liked to see a little more downside into a level of support. But look, we fell to 92,600, and I would have been happy with 92,200. So still a pullback, still 1 to 4 candles. We had a doji candle on the warning candle. We had the MRI candle was a pullback candle, and today's candle, so 12 hours ago, this thing was trading below $93,000, which is good. I'm sorry, it didn't go to 92.6. It went to 92.875 or something like that. What was it? 92.9. 92.9. So that is a 1 to 4 candle correction, and if we get a green star candle on tomorrow's candle, I think we can make one more leg higher. I'm getting a little bit concerned that we are moving up on the 1-day chart a little too quickly. That is a concern for me. The concern gets escalated when you are going up too quickly and you have risen from a new swing low. I find that bull markets coming off a new swing low are built on shaky ground. You need a proper pullback. I don't know how far back we would need to go to see something like this, but whenever you come out of consolidation, you see it here, right? We established a new low here, and then we kind of went straight up, even though this did have a bit of a pullback. Like even this would be a little bit stronger. See, it had a secondary low, and it still couldn't break it. Back here, again, we were coming off the very lows, but we once again had a proper pullback. I just don't like it when prices go straight up. Over here, see, this is a nice clean pullback where you go up from a new swing low, and then you come back and you test support. We're not doing that this time. We need to come back and we need to test support. The price of Bitcoin needs to come down to the, right now we're sitting at the 128-day moving average. We need to come back to the 50 or the 20. I know these are lower than the 128. It's not going to take long for them to be higher than the 128, but the price of Bitcoin has to touch all of these moving averages before breaking to new all-time highs. I will not be comfortable otherwise.
I don't think that's true. It doesn't have to do that to break that.
No, it doesn't have to, but in order for me to be comfortable with the rise in the price, I want to see that, right?
Well, I mean, and that's what a runaway market. It's a definition of a runaway market when it's done exactly what you just said. When it goes to a new, local low, and then to break new all-time highs without a higher low, a really, really strong higher low retest of the moving averages put in. And it happens occasionally, just in my opinion. And when it happens, it's the most exciting time of the market, because that's when it just goes nuts. When you don't get that chance.
It happens, but also, well, like, here's the situation, right? Here's us coming out of the 2023 bear market, right?
Yeah.
And this was a runaway market. Look at this.
Sure was. Yep.
Massive runaway market. We had a minor pullback, and then we go higher.
Yeah.
And that makes me uncomfortable. Now, remember, this is my ultimate, the greatest buying opportunity of the decade here.
Right.
That's because it finally hit all of these moving averages, right? This was a proper pullback. So I always want to, even if we go back to the COVID time, even if we go back to the COVID crash, like, here's the COVID crash, right? Like, even the COVID crash wasn't a massive runaway market, right? Like this was a massive run up on sub 4,000. And then a few days later, we pulled back and we consolidated a bit. And then we went up, and we still had, this is probably like a 15% correction. Yeah.
Right.
Still 15% correction, right? And then it was slow and steady. And then when we eventually broke out, let me see. When we eventually broke out, we're still pulling back cleanly. So I just don't like to see markets go from new lows. It's the new lows. I need that secondary low. And we are flirting with a little bit of a disaster here, but I am going to be bullish if we get a green star candle tomorrow. I'm not going to have a choice. I'll be absolutely bullish. Okay.
No, I agree. And Bitcoin is one of the only beasts that I've studied as much as I have that really, really makes all of its money in lightning time. You make all the move happens just like overnight, almost in a week. You'll just get like insane, and then it'll just go into sideways for months. It's everything's all now or never. So I think that there's more juice in this, but then yes, it will meander again. I agree.
Here's the hourly chart. The hourly chart topped on an MRI top a few hours ago. That was fitting. So once again, the usual playbook, 1 to 4 candle correction, then reevaluate. The last time we hit an MRI top, we pulled all the way back down into an MRI buy. Look at this, man. You can't make this shit up. Look at this MRI buy over here. Into a nice trade for an MRI sell that consolidated, had a little bit of a pullback. You go up, 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 up. You top with the MRI top. We still haven't broken that top, by the way. Still the top. Now we're on a double top again with the MRI top. But this time around, I'm not expecting a full-blown downturn. This time, I'm only expecting a 1 to 4 candle correction. So I am expecting the market to reverse today and go higher. What about the 4-hour chart? What is the MRI telling us? Oh, this is going to be very bullish. Green star candle, right there.
Yeah, green star.
We topped fairly nicely, and right now we're sitting at a double top. And you guys know what I think about double tops. They are meant to be broken. We can see that the MRI support line held us as well. It's great that we didn't cross to new swing lows. That line can now be eliminated. And this looks very, very nice. Consolidation on the 4-hour for a breakout. I'm going to delete this little triangle. That worked out beautifully as well. Everything's looking good, but keep in mind, there is a daily MRI. Oh, no, sorry. The daily MRI top has already played itself out. So I'm bullish across the board. The 1 hour is bullish. The 4 hour is bullish. Sorry, the 1 hour is not bullish yet. The 1 hour is on a short-term correction. The 4 hour is bullish. The daily is bullish coming off the MRI top and correction. Still need a green star candle though, so maybe tomorrow. And the weekly is also almost bullish with a green star candle coming in tomorrow after a nice consolidation. Look, everything is looking good. I'm not going to talk about traditional markets much because it's Monday. Markets haven't opened yet. They're opening in 5 minutes. And maybe we'll still be here in 5 minutes, and I'll glance. And looks like Trump wants to forget about all the tariffs because he was crashing the economy. And yeah, I got to do a video on that. Well, I got to do a video on the politics of Trump, and then I got to, because a lot of debate going on there, whether he's doing a good job or a terrible job.
I urge you not to do that video because you've already cut your audience in half by killing all the leftist stuff. And if you go against Trump, it's going to be a very small.
I'm going to cut off the rightists, yes. Because the leftists. Well, as far as the economy goes, I think Trump is going to scale back on these tariffs. And I think he needs to do something about taxes so that the market goes up. And I do think that the stock market is a reflection of the economy. So this is the big debate, right? Like a lot of people like to pretend that the stock market is not the economy, just like a lot of people like to pretend that the Bitcoin price doesn't matter. Like I don't care how hardcore of a developer you are and you only care about the technology. If the price of Bitcoin wasn't where it is today, you would have no technology to code or it wouldn't be relevant. So the price matters for Bitcoin, and the stock market is probably I used to not think that way. I used to also believe that I was like, oh, the stock market is not the reflection of the economy. But then I was there for 2008. And here's what people don't want to admit, right? When the stock of Bear Stearns goes to zero, 100,000 people lose their job, right? If the stock of Bear Stearns didn't go to zero, 100,000 people would be employed. The stock of the 3 car companies went to zero, and the government had to bail them out. If that stock stayed at zero, all of those people are fired, and America has no car industry. So imagine 1 million people getting fired that were making decent money. These are the people that can no longer go to the store and buy food. They can no longer buy a car, and they're now broke. So I don't care what people say. The stock market is a reflection of the economy, because when the stock market goes up, companies can afford to have employees. Because when the stock market of your public company goes down, your company fires people. So the stock market is a reflection of the economy, and anyone that thinks otherwise, I think, is an idiot.
Yeah.
All right.
How's gold?
Gold's topped.
Mm.
Gold has topped with the MRI. We're on a weekly warning candle, so we will get the MRI top next week. We're already in the middle of a bit of a correction, and I do think gold needs a correction. Hopefully, the gold people will rotate into Bitcoin, and that would help Bitcoin. So looking for it to pull back. Where is there a nice pullback? Gold has a couple of support areas. Obviously, the whatever moving average that is, the 20 period, I believe. And let me double check. This is the weekly scale. Oh, for some reason, my thing doesn't show up anymore. I don't know. I can't put up settings. I don't know why it doesn't do it anymore. So I'm assuming that's the 20 period moving average. And the other area of support is, of course, the prior swing high, sitting all the way at 2,775. So these are your support levels there, and around 3,000 round number. That's a good support area as well. I think gold's going to pull back into those areas, but my target for gold used to be 3,000, and I've now raised my target. Well, actually, it's been higher than 3,000, but I have a $5,000 target on gold.
5,000.
And when gold hits 5,000, silver will hit 50. And then when gold pulls back from 5,000 to 3,000, silver will pull back to 20. And then gold will go to 10,000 and silver will go back to 50. So Be careful with your silver investments, guys. All right.
Radio.
That's it. Close us out. Stock market just opened. Let me see. Oh, I don't have my stock market chart. I have the futures chart, but the futures chart is delayed. Shit, I gotta open mine. I gotta find my S&P chart. One sec. Nothing's opening for me, so
Just
I
go
can't
to
do
the
it.
SPY.
No, I think they're all in a fucking delay. Hold on. I forget which S&P I was using. Was it this one?
Yeah, that's.
Is it in real time or is it delayed?
That's real time.
I think that's real time. Yeah, looks good. We reversed with the weekly MRI. That was the warning candle. There's the MRI candle. There's your green diamond. And I think the S&P is going to be good. If Trump stops doing stupid shit, the S&P should be at a new high by the end of summer. Maybe even by the beginning of the summer.
That looks good. That looks good. I'm happy with that. All right, let's do it. Let's close it out. Hey guys, if you are in Dubai, and Tony, are you going to be going to any conferences?
I am. I'm actually tomorrow. I'm going to be at Bitcoin Oasis. And tomorrow is the 29th. And then on the 30th, I'm going to stop by in the morning, Token 2049. Shout out the Black Box team and Baloo for getting me a ticket to that. But then one of my friends is coming to town just for the day, and we're going diving. We're going diving at a place called Deep Dive. It's an indoor.
I know it. It's like 50 meters deep or something. How deep is it?
So it goes down to 50 meters, but I'm not licensed for 60 meters, right? So I'm only going to be allowed to go 30 meters. Maybe they'll let me go a little bit deeper. But him and I are good for 30 meters. Another friend of ours is coming with us. He's only licensed for 20 meters. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully, maybe we can split up. They're pretty strict on the rules here. Yeah, but like I can go 40 meters, but beyond that, it starts to get dangerous. And I haven't learned how to use a rebreather yet. We'll get there one day.
That's awesome. I've seen it on Discovery Channel or something. It looks awesome. Well, if you do see Tone walking around the Token 2049, shout him out. He'd love to see you. He's a fan of everybody. And guys, I think Bitcoin's looking good. I don't know what the rest of the week's going to look like. Tone's busy, but let's go. Let's crack on. Visit the links in the description below. All right.
Bye, guys.